Wisconsin Badgers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Badgers will kick it away to start us off. Coming out with it, it's Robinson. He's brought down at the 16, would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Ducks offense takes the field. And here he comes, guys, the man who makes everything go.
Everything in this offense is built around his ability. He's got such great field vision. He's got it all, man.
He is must-watch TV. Let's not get it twisted. People show up to this stadium. People are watching back at home because of this guy right here.
They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. Here's the handoff. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The Ducks trying to win the day by running for another first down.
Run the football. It's always been the staple. We can go back as far as you want with Oregon teams. The ones that were good, they were built on the running of the football, the physicalness. Run the ball, baby.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Tackle is made after the first down. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fires to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
And that pass is intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Great job by the freshman. Kept his eyes in the right place and made the play.
And I know this defense statistically hasn't been one of the best against the pass this year, but they have had some guys banged up. They believe they've got difference makers on the back end that just need to make more plays. That DB right there is one of those guys, and he does it here on the opening drive, getting a huge interception.
Out of the gun to give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And this defense gets the first sack. And listen, it is so important to hit the QB, to affect the QB. Last week only had 2 sacks for this defense. They got to continue to put pressure and get that guy to the ground.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Makes the grab down the middle. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. Oh, and he missed it. No good. Kicker tried to tack a few more on the scoreboard, guys, and couldn't do it. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
They get a huge gain on that toss play, and this running back, when he's got the ball in space, watch out. You see when he's out in the perimeter of the field, he's able to pick his spots. He can make people miss. He's got a bevy of moves. Way to generate the explosive play.
Catch in the middle, it's low. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Makes the grab on the left. Just slithered through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. The Ducks are flying down the field. He'll come out throwing on first down. Got the quick pass. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
We've seen really nice balance here on this drive. Quarterback's 3 for 3. He's picking this defense apart. They've also run the ball well, too, and here they are down close to the goal line. This defense has no idea what's coming next.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ducks! On to attempt the try. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. A 67-yard touchdown drive there, and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. From inside the 10, here he comes. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another...
And the ball's loose. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. Well, this is just the type of field position this offense wants. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. He just never got started going forward. A huge loss of 8 on the play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. They've got the screen set up. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's cut. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. The last time they had it, they weren't secure with the football and put it on the ground, David.
Yeah, and I think sometimes that will cause for you to be a little bit conservative, but keep doing you. Put that behind. It's one mistake, Jesse. Move on.
I've always been a fan of getting that guy who fumbled it, the ball back early. You got to let that guy turn the page. They need him to make plays if they're going to win this game.
They'll give it to him again. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. Hand off from the shotgun. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the field.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off.
You don't see a lot of teams that are successful throwing the football in the snow, and obviously on that last one, got away from the quarterback, nowhere close to the intended receiver, and the defense able to come away with the INT.
Looking for space. It's Whittington. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. He's looking to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Whittington. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Listen, if I'm a QB, second down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable third down. But when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back, got him on the ground so fast, the running back had nowhere to go.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. First down here from the offense. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
On third down, he drops to throw. On the move, he fires. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. And the Badgers will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They've practiced it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
Across the 25, he's got room. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
A lot of times offenses will do the FIB, formation into the boundary, try to take advantage of you necessarily spreading out, sending more resources to the field, try to take advantage. Offense gave it a whirl, but the defense, they did not move. They did their assignments, got the TFO. And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. And the Ducks will punt this one away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Takes the handoff. It's Buckley. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make a miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. The Badgers have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
The play action fake. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have 2 hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Just a short pass to the tight end.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. Absolutely perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
Give the defense a ton of credit in this sudden change situation. Their offense just coughed it up. And this defense comes out, they go 3 and out, force a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, and you score so quickly. It's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He's going to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
This time he's got his man. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Caught behind the line. It's Buckley. There to make the stop, but he is a weapon out of the backfield in the short passing game, and they've got a 1st down. Looking to throw it again. Quickly complete. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game, but I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Grabbed in the middle. It's Weber. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Looks as if they'll stay aggressive here. They go 5 wide on 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. Quickly complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has his offense rolling with a first down.
Man coverage, when they get up in your face, they make things hard. You want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out-route connection, nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
The throw to the outside is complete. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they've got it right on the doorstep.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to give him a finish. The snap sets up the throw. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. And the Badgers have it with a 1st and goal.
Here we go.
From the gun, feeling some heat. Hit as he throws to the end zone, and is picked off. And the freshman just showed those great ball skills and snatched it right out of the air.
Offense would love to have that one back. Down here in this area of the field, everything has to happen faster. Decisions need to be made quicker. The ball's got to be out quicker. Routes got to be snapped off faster. They were just way too late. And as the result, the defense gets the INT.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
Looking for room, it's Whittington. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. There's a difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Leaves it with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. The Ducks will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. And the return man will have no chance as the ball sails out of bounds. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. The short hands, it's Buckley. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Wants to fire on 2nd down. He'll take a shot. Throw to the end zone, picked off. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific atmosphere there in Madison. And it's been said football is a game of inches, and guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Camp Randall.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. All lined up and ready to go for a great second half ahead. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step one, Jesse, taking care of the football.
It just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Badgers want to move quickly. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He can't make the catch. Had it right in his hands, and it'll be fourth down. They bring the punter onto the field now. He'll go back to work and punt it away for the second time. He'll bring it back. It's low. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. It has been a complete uphill struggle for both of these offenses, Jesse.
It sure has. At this point, David, someone's just going to have to step up and make a play. Someone's got to break a tackle, make an incredible catch, and just give some life to this offense.
And whatever you can, whatever it takes. Don't worry about looking pretty. That's out the window. We've already looked really, really ugly. We got to find something that works to put some points on the board.
Offense gets set for second down. Power football with the run. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
Defense is about feeling out the offense and what they like to do. What are they going to do in 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long? So far, the offense is winning. Defense is going to need to make some adjustments.
The pitch. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man.
Wow, and that's another big play from this guy. We've seen him now dominate. He's been able to get pressure on the quarterback, and Dave, he's just been living in the opponent's back end.
This dude is an animal. A couple of sacks, a couple of tackles for a loss, just putting his imprint on the game. In the pass game, in the run game, you better know where he's at. You might want to think about putting at least 2 guys on him.
Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Quick pass on the jet motion. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Ducks line up to punt it away. You don't always have to block the punt to impact it, and that pressure did that time.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. Quarterback will keep it. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. And the Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Motion from the offense. A designed run for the quarterback. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense, we got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it to try to get his offense some positive yards.
He'll pull it on the read. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
They're trying to go option, but the linebacker shows his open field tackling ability and also his recognition. He expected the quarterback to keep it, went after him, was able to make the tackle for loss.
Finds his big tight end. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach.
You know, the tight end's going to have to do a better job of separating and giving his quarterback a place to go with the football. That time just couldn't create it, and as a result, as soon as he made the catch, he was brought to the ground, setting up fourth down.
He got it. And now the lead is even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Rice fell behind early, and it's been an uphill climb since. Thing is, this is a program that's worked the portal about as well as anyone. These kids are tough and could just find a way. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Tulane. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll throw it on first down. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. Touchdown, Oregon! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. He'll set up to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. Here's the return from inside his 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. Looking for a productive play on first down. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Pulls it in. It's Williams. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. We always talk about the Wisconsin ground game, but the Badgers have had some efficient quarterbacks in recent years, too.
And just finding the guy that fits, right? They're a scheme fit, a system fit. Finding that guy that can be a complement to the run game.
Running wide open down the gut of the field. 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Badger.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners. When he kicked it in gear, he got the long touchdown.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical in this one.
And the defense is doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
To the ground with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Ducks will bring the punt team onto the field. He'll try to really get into this one. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. First down to start the drive after the break. He's looking to throw it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Trying to get to it. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Looking down the middle. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
And now such a tough... Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Line gets set, 1st down. On the run, it's Whittington. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
This offense is in no hurry, right? Control the clock is priority number 1. I'm going to run the football. I got the lead. I already got great field position, but I'm not interested in scoring right away. I got to make sure I watch that play clock tick down, maximize those seconds, and keep being physical with the run game.
And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
They'll wrestle him down just short of the 1st down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
Bought a little time, lets it go. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. On the ground, going for the first down with the give to the tight end. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. The Ducks are on the move. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Ducks! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the 4th. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape. So the offense definitely taking care of their business.
Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Finds his tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, still got him on the turf. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He lets one fly deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, 4th quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Makes the catch, and he's brought down. And the Badgers will hustle to the line.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Back to the air one more time. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Henry. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. The Badgers will have it 1st and 10.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
And the Badgers have pushed it inside the 20. Looking to throw on second down. Reels it into the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
Lining up to add another.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
Right down the middle. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Miami has the lead right now, but even here in the cradle of coaches, you just never know. This has been a tight one inside Yager Stadium. They're up by 5 over Central Michigan. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick.
And everybody's got different philosophies. Some people kick onsides every single time. You go for the big play, try to create some momentum for your team, but they failed. A nice job covering the kick, seeing the football off the kicker's foot, securing it, getting on the ground, and making sure your offense retains the football.
The give, and tick, 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 tick. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. They're in control. The clock is their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. They go to the ground. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Timeout, Wisconsin.
And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He'll have to boom one from 58 yards out and be mindful to guide it in from the left hash. No good. After the failed field goal attempt, still a 12-point game. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position.
And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it first down at the 39. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Opening play of the drive from the 39. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now on second down. 29 And he's a real nowhere man, tackled in this no-gain land. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. On the option. Now the toss. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play.
I've been really impressed watching this guy carry the football. It's been a serious workload. They've been force-feeding him the rock throughout the course of the game, and what's most impressive, he's getting better as the game goes on. That was his longest run of the game.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. With the game in hand, the offense choosing to just have the quarterback take a knee. After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. People might be searching for spots on the bandwagon again now.
Yeah, give this coaching staff a lot of credit too, Reese, because they made a few tweaks and adjustments schematically to their personnel as well, and they've really now seemed to find a nice rhythm.
And it's hard to find that early in the season, but the good teams figure out who they are, what they do well, and you can tell they're starting to get in a groove, figure out who does what well, and maximize that and accentuate that.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.